Previously on Tales of Arise.
Let's go to Oldsbeck.
Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, chin up. This is your hometown.
Everyone around here looks so much happier than they used to.
I'll say. It feels like an entirely different place. I suppose it's had time to adjust to its newfound freedom.
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah, he really would have. Especially if he knew Law was... Law? Something bothering you, Law?
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just, you know.
It still weighs on you, doesn't it? Running away back then.
I abandoned my home. Then when I finally come back, it's been liberated. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just... I should have been here.
We have about this guy.
Well...
Yeah, the fashion.
oof.
Damn. She doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Can I zoom in? Guys. Can we talk about this? Look at this cute ass dress. Come on, man. Look, come on. Shionne? Come on, baby. Look at that. Guys. Look at this cute ass dress. Watch, hold on. You kidding me? Are you kidding me with this dress? Look at the boot. Come on, boy. Flyest outfit out here, boy. God damn.
thought I was used to fire by now.
God damn it. Where? Where, Huro?
Just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head to...
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Danon disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegis.
Lenegis? Are you out of your damn mind?
Mm-hmm. Sure am.
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Oh, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
I was
Thanks,
gonna
Nath.
say, yeah, I mind. That'd be crazy.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor, but there's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
Oh, great.
A Zoogle, huh?
Well, I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way. All right.
Oh, my God.
I guess...
Hmm.
Right.
Surprise best come true. Good. Just gonna need your support. He's still just a kid. And Sapphire's only one at that.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking about one bit.
Oh, Hoodle.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cislodia.
Calaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Dan and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby.
Oh, it's a little baby.
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors? And his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels!
Oh, hold it like
Ow,
that.
lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile!
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
The upstairs, Hoodle? Go upstairs. I hear you, dude. Where you at? There you are. Ooh.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Nah. Rail right there.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
No. Right? Yeah.
It's quite hot here. The climate...
Oh,
Let's see what you've got.
No escape!
you got nothing, boy.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Got that right. Oh, damn. Looks intense.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait,
Whoa.
really?
Yes, really.
Bisexual. Ah! No, am I gonna have like a mini boss or something? Let me save real quick. I feel like I might be under leveled, but you know, I'll figure it out.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law.
Bird.
So hot.
Well, yeah. Yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast.
Coming through! Take this! I'm not done!
Don't mind if I do.
It's over! I'll smash you!
Wind astral energy! It's a duel of the arts!
Blow away!
Thunder field!
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Leave the enemy's arts!
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
I can show you.
Why are you not jumping?
Seismic rupture! Dance on the wind! Take this!
Water, here
Soaring
I
light
go!
spear!
Resonate with the earth!
How are your weapons holding up? That's not to give me any idea.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that isn't true.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
We can really make weapons with this?
Oh,
This will be a
Whoa.
delicious piece of cake!
Denied! No, are those rocks and skin? I can carve through armor! Exploit the enemy's weakness.
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
No armor! Stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Another incantation ruined.
The flame inside me!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Well done!
Stalagmite!
Raging sword!
On your knees!
Whoa! Hey! One at a time! Ready! Lunar blast! Blah blah blah! That's sweet now! Not in your dreams! Here! Power up!
Shattering the pieces! Let them not sink. They smite with blood. It's ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
Here's a healing one!
Now! Here I come!
Sleep now!
Soaring
Get on
light
in there
spear!
with the others! Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hear me! Flame of
My
fury!
turn! You're mine!
Burning
Strike!
Can you take it?
Soaring light spear!
I'm ready!
damn.
Tempest wall!
Guess it might be.
I wonder if we can
Right
make new
level.
weapons with this.
Hey, new equipment!
Yeah, buddy. That's where it came from. Can I break that?
Huh.
Little bubble.
Gotta break through!
What
Here
is
I come!
Resonate with no further!
Come and face me! You're
Demon lash! If it curls up, time to get out of the way!
There! Its armor's too strong!
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
I'll stop its tongue!
Thanks, Kisara. Here's a healing art. First aid. Just what I'm ready.
Get up.
I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it.
Action to action! A merry destruction!
There's still more to go.
It's over!
Air thrust. Imagine I never miss. Not on my watch.
Ready and ready!
Burn it down! Take this!
I'll be saving this one. Searing flame. Lightning orb.
Take this!
Whoa. One at a time. I'm out of ammo. You fight better at a distance.
Take this!
The further away, the better. You and I both. I'll be saving this one.
Blow away! Don't leave!
Shit,
In
boy.
an instant! Impact block!
I can feel my precision improving.
Oh, so waste my CP. Is it? Sure.
You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
Coming through.
That's messed up.
Armor won't save you! Radiant Blast! Lightning Orb! Radiant Blast! Air Thrust! I'm all stuffed up! Here's a healing orb! First aid!
Now I can let loose. We've got flyers.
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
All yours.
Radiant Light! Here!
Wind.
Resonate with the Here I come! Here's the evil!
It's over.
Another incantation ruined.
Freeze Lancer! Shining Supernova!
You picked the wrong
We don't
fight.
have firearms here on Ganon. I can show you mine if you like. That would be really awesome,
Burning splash.
Ooh.
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Wait.
No choice. You're mine.
Where are you going?
It's over.
Illuminate the sun!
Here they come. I shall provide assistance.
They'll hide his thick as armor.
In a bind?
Reload!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you. You have your uses.
Charged by stature, easily lose faith.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Air Thrust! Here's
Nothing
my
gets
call!
by me.
Not today.
Burning Fury!
Those are impressive skills. They took a lifetime to master. We'll all have to keep training.
Rotating pile driver.
It's over!
I'm not done. Catapult.
Shining Supernova! Radiant
Blow away.
Damn it.
I'm not done. Catapult.
Catapult!
Vacuum blade.
Glacial
Raining slash. Vacuum blade. Vacuum blade.
Sweet dreams!
Captivity.
You fight better at a
Vacuum
distance.
blade.
Further away.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
My face is starting to sting. And my throat feels super parched.
Calm down.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Shionne? Oh, wait. I bet you're hungry more than anything, aren't you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Oh, they're fast.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. Take this!
This one's all mine! Ignite!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
So, fire and earth astral energy, huh?
A perfect combination.
Take that money. I'll take that money, but
No choice! Take this!
Move, I never miss!
I'll take you all off!
Water, here I call! Raging Cascade! Blast
Blew away!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
You're mine!
Do it!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed shot.
Illuminate the dark!
It's over!
Holy Glimmer!
Showtime!
Lunar Corruption!
Not a chance!
Here's a healing orb!
Severing wind!
First aid!
Soaring light
Raging
spear!
Cascade! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Dance in the wind! Freeze Lancer!
Take this!
I'll be saving
No
this
further!
Lunar
Now
Corruption!
you see what I can do!
Lunar
I'll
Blast!
face you!
Raging Storm!
Begin! I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
ooh.
Now! You're
Rocket
mine!
ready! Tunnel!
Not today!
Here!
Take this! Blew away!
Elusive
Raining
deity!
slash! Vacuum blade!
I'm ready!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
What can I say? I had a good partner.
41. Come on. Stop robbing me, okay? Went up there. Came from there, went there. Oh.
Great. Now I'm hurt and dirty.
Okay, calm down. Hurt? You heard it?
Go no further! You're mine! I never miss! Don't mind if I do! Here's a healing art! First aid! Here goes! Alright!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
I'll smash you! Far enough! Let me help! First aid! Thanks! Just right! Art expert! Don't mind if I do!
Not today!
Do it! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory! Naturally!
In a bind? Can you take it?
Everyone, come on!
Here, let me help!
Bloody
Negative
resonate with the earth.
Impressive, Johan. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or so they say. People say that?
Here, let me help! Lightning orb! Alright, it's showtime! Radiant fire! I'll be streaming let me help!
Thanks, Shionne. Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Let the marksman handle this! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
What?
My turn!
In your death.
Ready, slash!
I'm practically unstoppable.
It is... Design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Sure does.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Illuminate the dark! Never miss! Holy trigger! Far enough!
Anything in armor is all
Only
mine.
land!
On your knees.
Glacier spear! Here's the evil!
Air pressure.
Blew away!
Flame blazer!
There!
Take this.
Yours to be left free!
Damn it.
Burn!
They smite with blackened blade.
Okay, here I go. Try hard, not a chance.
Wind astral energy!
Can you take it?
Oh, come on.
Elusive deity.
Strike!
Don't mind if I
Damn it.
do!
Blew away!
Dance to the wind! In here!
Elusive deity.
Illuminate the dark!
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Instant crap.
With this, I can become even stronger!
Oh,
Discourteous, aren't you?
Armor won't save you. Leave the target to me.
Raging cascade! Radiant spear!
Blew away!
Dance in the wind!
You picked the wrong fight!
Sleep now! Burning!
Exploit the enemy.
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
damn. He
I must
dead.
keep striving.
That was
You
so
can
bad.
ease off yourself.
Pot calls the kettle black.
Good advice for all of us, to be honest.
Right, here goes! Take this!
This one's mine!
I'm not far enough!
Move the wind! Do it! Holy land! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Now!
It's go time! Lunar corruption!
Mirage! You're mine!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
In a bind?
Raging Storm! Freeze Lancer!
You're mine!
Tunnel!
I'm not
Now!
done! Raining flash!
Get in your dreams! Reload!
Vacuum blade!
Ooh-wee.
Everyone hanging in there?
So I do have to go down there, right? Yeah. Go down there.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Take this! Go! They're surrounding us! Lightning Orb! Raging Cascade!
You're mine! You picked the wrong fight! Here I come! Catapult!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
Searing Flame! This one's mine!
Fluid captivity!
Whoa! Hey! Here I go! It's over!
The tempest and blow away!
Raging Storm!
On your knees! Vacuum blade!
Shattering! Hear my call! Tunnel! Far enough! Photon! Magic!
I'm ready!
Kitara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Ooh.
Water!
My
Hear
turn!
my call! Raging!
No further! Here I come! Wind!
Water! Hear my call!
This one's all mine!
Come
You're on! I'll thank you! Strike! Not today!
Water! Hear my call!
You're mine! No escape!
Do it!
Hey! Blow them away!
Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening back 8 generations.
Maybe you can just write all this down?
Ooh, nice. Yeah, let me check my arts. 6. Never mind. Never mind that.
No choice! Here I come!
Ready to go! Here, let me help.
Smash you!
First
I
aid!
owe you one.
Tempest Swirl!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! I'm ready!
Blah, blah, blah. This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Soaring light spear!
Holy
Resonate with the earth to me! Another incantation ruined.
Denied!
It's over! I thought you were going to wreck the place. I'm not nearly finished yet. And I'll provide assistance however I can.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that wasn't true.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Shionne actually look flustered. Astral energy! Full throttle!
Not a chance! Elusive deity! Wind! Seeding pile driver! Soaring light spear!
There! One more! Holy Land!
There!
Here's a healing arc! This one's mine!
I'm not done! Raining
Here,
slap!
let me help!
Seismic lockdown! Raining slap! Ah! No
Here I go.
dawn shall break this! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Glacial Spear!
Not a
Here's
chance.
the evil!
Soaring light spear! Mirage!
In here!
Here I come!
Do it! Law! Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Hell yeah.
No complaints from me.
Pineapple. Pain.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law. No pushing anyone. Not even as a...
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants.
Ooh, who gets me? Oh yeah.
Would be too different for you to handle both.
Not Callous. Calcified. Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Oh. Shortcut. Okay. Let's see. Oh, pause that on.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
Maybe.
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go!
Damn.
One's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone.
It's on!
Suddenly turning tails doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared.
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Dougal? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Burn in hell!
Here, let me help. First aid! Here's a healing art. First aid! Here, let me help.
No further!
Perhaps now isn't the time?
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
I never miss. Only live. Here's a healing art. Damn it.
Oh, damn.
Here's a healing art. First aid. Here, let me help. First aid. Here's
Got me in their sights.
Mega ray.
What?
Here, let me help.
Take this!
Here's a healing art. Here, let me help. First aid.
You picked the wrong fight!
No further!
Sleep now.
I'll smash you!
This will come in handy. Mega ray. Here's a healing art. Here, let me help. First aid. There you go. It's time to finish this. Die. Consuming wildfire. Alphen, this ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Mega ray.
You picked the wrong fight!
If it's in the sky, it's mine. I'll bring you back from the... Where are you going? Here's a healing art. First aid.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Here, let me help. First aid. Here's a healing art.
Can't get out of this!
First aid. Here, let me help. First aid.
I'll smash you!
Mega ray.
shall not be forgotten.
Mega Ray! Please now.
Take this!
I'll be saving this one.
I'll smash you! Take this!
It's showtime! Radiant Light! Holy Land!
Resonate with the earth!
Here, let me help. First aid!
Resonate with the earth!
Illuminate the I never fit! Mega Ray! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Oh, damn.
Mega Ray!
Ready and swift!
Kikara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Here come more!
You'll just have to keep fighting.
Leave the enemy's arc to me!
No complaints here!
Mega Ray! Whoa!
I'm ready!
Kikara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Oh.
Light Astral Energy! Illuminate the
No
dark!
further!
Come forth! Holy Glimmer!
I'll smash you!
Holy Land! Don't mind if I do! Here goes!
Bloody
Here, let me help. First aid! Don't mind if I do. Here's a healing orb!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there isn't food.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shionne actually look flustered.
I'm ready! Burn!
Art expert, coming through! Holy Land!
Finish it!
Nothing gets by me! Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem. Not in your dreams. Shield! Here's a healing art. First aid.
Burn in hell!
Here, let me help.
No further!
One at a time.
Where are you going?
I can carve through armor!
In here. This is confiscate. Mega Ray.
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Lightning orb. Mega Ray.
Here, let me help!
First aid. Here's a healing art. First aid. Here's a healing art.
Here, let me help!
To be let free! Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
Think again.
Now you see what I can do!
Be confiscated. Hold on to your art. Here I come.
Take this!
Here's a healing art. First aid. Here, let me help. First aid. Here's a healing art. First aid. Not in your dreams. Hold on to your art. Here I come. Mega Ray. Both arms. Banana, let's go. I'm leveling the dark. Come forth. Holy Mega Ray. Holy
Here,
Land.
let me help!
First aid. Here's a healing.
Nothing gets by
Mind
me!
if I do? First aid.
Far enough!
Mega Ray.
I'm ready.
Doline. This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes. A merry
Get
distraction.
going.
There's still more to go. Mega Ray. More where that came from. Sighted. I'm only getting started. You have such an incredible technique.
Brute force is nothing without elegance of form.
I don't know if I'd say nothing.
Finish it!
Mega Ray. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Take this! Burn!
Here, let me help. In here. I'm ready. More for the stockpile. Hold on to your arts. Here I come.
Anything in armor is all mine!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
I can feel the medicine. Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
Got some
A
fight
new
left in
lead.
me.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it. Just watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down!
Damn.
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
Ooh. Nice.
I can feel my power growing!
What do you know? Another big fire monster with nothing better to do than get in our way!
I wonder where the rest of those lights ended up landing. It looked like they were pretty scattered.
Well, whatever they're after, let's just hope none of them are anywhere near a city. An ambush on civilians is the last thing we need.
Well, no rest for the wicked, right? Though with 1 down and 3 to go, it sounds like our headache is just beginning.
I thought you liked the opportunity to flex your muscles.
Against those things? It's not like I have a death wish. Besides, we've already got our hands full saving the world. Dying stupidly won't be much help to the cause.
Yeah, I guess I can't argue with that logic. Sorry.
Wait.
Man, I'm famished. Hey, is that it over there?
We can make this now. I need this one. I get this one. Yep. That wrong one. So only dual hunting is not getting a better one gun. This one. Need a stinger.
I'm impressed how
That's so dumb.
well balanced this thing is.
Damn. Those are real stat boosts. Right there for 900. Just spend it. 1,000.
Hey, look! We've got way more animals!
I never imagined Law would have a knack for husbandry.
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renin. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shionne and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renin homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shionne and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Shionne can finally get rid of her thorns. Shionne?
Something going on here.
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Shionne? Where'd Shionne go? How could she just go off on her own?
Calm down, dude. She's right there.
Shionne. Shionne! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then Go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Shionne. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shionne, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't. Won't anymore. Not since Lenegis. When the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens...
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own. and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much. When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shionne!
Alphen?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alphen.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shionne, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shionne is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shionne. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
Yeah, filler content.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shionne is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shionne doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shionne in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shionne's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shionne wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shionne doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shionne what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shionne's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, We've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shionne's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shionne?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shionne, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shionne. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Dahnans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shionne.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shionne. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
Huh? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, we thought we'd turn the...
Whoa, that came out perfect.
Mind if I join you, Law? Hey, Law, about what you said before.
When?
You were telling me how there were things you wished you could have asked your dad. If you want, you can always come to me with your questions.
What brought this on all of a sudden? Don't I already lean on you enough as it is?
Still, there's plenty you would want to ask him if he was still alive, right?
I mean, yeah, but I think you'll have a hard time answering any of them, if I'm being honest.
How come?
I mean, the stuff I want to ask him about is, like, how he met my mom and how he won her over. Stuff like that. Anyway, not really something you can help with, right?
You're right. Sorry, Law. I can't even begin to imagine how to help with that.
You're telling me. I just wish there was someone experienced I could ask about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, he was definitely that.
Don't you think we're both getting pretty strong now? You guys ready to hit the road? I know I am.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but, well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shionne's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
Never seen it.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shionne? You seem a little different.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me though, you too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched. Helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Shionne. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Dahnan victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.